Welcome back into the Daily Dose. I am your host, Jeff Hansen. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to check us out here at the Daily Dose and support the channel. We appreciate you. If you have not done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's easy to do. Please like this video. Please share it on social media. Share it with your friends. It really helps our new platform grow so that we can continue to provide excellent BYU coverage as we progress through the doldrums of the offseason and get ready for BYU's inaugural season in the Big 12 Conference. Today, we continue our series looking at each position group and assessing their Big 12 readiness by looking at the Big 12 Readiness Report Card for each BYU position. Today, we turn our attention to the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to look at Jay Hill's position group and the safeties. We're splitting the safeties apart from the cornerbacks because I think that they are at two different levels of readiness as BYU gets ready for the Big 12. So Jay Hill's position group consists of players like Malik Moore, Micah Harper, Raider Damuni, Talon Alfrey, Preston Rex. There's a lot of really good players at the top of the safety room. So let's pull up the report card and take a look at where things sit for BYU as they get ready for 2023. Overall, I feel pretty good about the safety room, and that maybe is a unique opinion amongst BYU fans. I think a lot of people look at BYU safeties and say they need another body or two in order to feel comfortable, and I disagree. I don't think you would ever turn away another talented player who could push for a starting position, but I don't think that BYU's in a dire need for help at the safety spot. I think that the BYU safeties are as good as they've been in the last several years. If you look at the top, Malik Moore, Micah Harper, that's a really good starting duo. Micah Harper is poised to do great things for BYU under Jay Hill and the new defensive scheme. And Malik Moore is a proven ball hawk. I'm sure he could improve and is a tackler, but I think he's going to be asked to do different things, and I'm expecting big things from Malik Moore. Behind them, you have some combination of Raider Damuni, Talon Alfrey, and Preston Rex. All three of those guys are very talented, but particularly Raider Damuni. So those five guys at the top of your depth chart, I like that depth from a BYU perspective. There's other guys who have played, guys like Ethan Slade, guys like Crew Wakely who transferred down from Utah State. There's other bodies there who have some college experience. But those top five guys, I feel really good about the depth, and I feel really good about the talent. That is talented players, and it is five deep at least. And you could make an argument that it goes beyond that as well. This group is really young, and even the players who aren't young necessarily still have a lot of eligibility left. Guys like Micah Harper, who have been in the program for 3 years, you project out their future, somehow he's still just a sophomore. If BYU can hold on to him, if he doesn't go pro or take his, talents to the transfer portal after he graduates with a degree, which I think he's only a few semesters away from, BYU could potentially have Harper for 3 more seasons. They still have a full career's worth of time with Raider Damuni. They have a full career's worth with Preston Rex and Talon Alfrey. Really, the only guy who's on the precipice of moving on is Malik Moore. And so I like BYU's future at the safety position just as much as I like their present. I think BYU is well positioned for the first couple of seasons in the Big 12. Looking at experience, while I like where BYU's future looks, I do wish there was a little bit more experience going into the season. I like Moore's experience and I like Harper's experience. Everybody else has some experience. Some players have some experience, but it's not a ton. And the players who are experienced are guys like Ethan Slade that are probably lower on the depth chart than their experience would have you to believe. I don't think that BYU's inexperienced by any stretch, but obviously they could be more experienced there. And at the coaching position, man, I just have so much faith in Jay Hill. He was one of the best coaches at the FCS level. He's been recruited to be a coordinator at the Power 5 level multiple times, but it has long been thought that Jay Hill would hold out for a high level, a high G5 level or a Power 5 level head coaching position. In fact, when Elisa Tuiaki announced that he was leaving BYU, and I started to look at potential defensive coordinator candidates to replace Tuiaki, I didn't even mention Jay Hill because it just seemed like such a long shot, and he had turned down so many jobs in the past. It seemed like he was on the path, the trajectory towards a head coaching job. The fact that BYU was able to get him and then fill out his staff with other coordinator quality position coaches, man, I have so much faith in the future of this defense under Jay Hill. He's coached entire defenses. He's coached offenses. When he has coached safeties, he coached safeties at Utah. That position group was really strong for the Utes. He's proven that he can do that and do it at a high level. Overall, that's a 21 out of 25. That's good for a solid B for the safety group. I think that this is one of the more Big 12 ready positions on BYU's roster. I feel really comfortable with the talent going into week 1. And throughout the course of the season, as injuries happen and other things take place, I feel good about the depth of the safety position and the talent of the safety position in week 12 as well. Overall, it's a B for me. I feel great about BYU safeties. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Daily Dose. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, give them hell.